Hello and welcome back to the INT podcast. I am your host, Isaiah, and today we are doing a recap of Week 11 of the 2021-2022 NFL season. So let's do this. Alright, so starting it off, we have the Patriots and the Falcons. That game, it wasn't even close. The Patriots defense played fantastic. Falcons have taken a collapse. They are just slowly fading away from being that wild card team. And with that win, New England is first in the AFC East. The dynasty is coming back, and that is really scary. Up next, we have the Ravens and the Bears. The Ravens without Lamar Jackson, they still played the defense. No surprise, played really solid. And when Justin Fields came out, the Bears offense actually started doing stuff. They were playing very bad, very poorly throughout the entire game. And then, in 2 plays, Andy Dalton led them to a touchdown drive. But yeah, the Ravens won with Tyler Huntley at their quarterback. Let's hope to see Lamar Jackson back for Sunday night against the Browns. All right, up next we have the Packers and the Vikings. Really, really good game. The Vikings. What in the world did I just do? The Vikings are putting themselves back in the playoff picture. They are 5-5. Even though Aaron Rodgers played fantastic, still, the Packers defense did not look the same Packers defense I've seen. As well as the Vikings, their offense looked really good, really efficient. They looked really good, and with the mistakes that I would usually see them make, they didn't make those. I don't think they had any missed kicks. Yeah, no missed kicks, just I'm gonna give credit to the Vikings where credit is due. Let's give them a nice little round of applause and give them credit where credit is due, because most of the time the Vikings make mistakes, and that's how they lose games. They come in, they beat a divisional rival, a really good divisional rival, and the best team in the league. And yeah, very good game for the Vikings. You know who else had a really good game though? Jonathan Taylor had him in fantasy this week, 53 points. That is a lot. If you didn't know, I hope you know. Yeah. The Bills could not seem to stop him. Josh Allen kept throwing pick after pick after pick. Even when they called back that pick, that was definitely a pick. I don't want to hear it, Bills fans. That was a pick. They still looked very bad. The Colts completely outplayed the Bills. The Colts are continuing to look like a wild card team. Maybe even going for the division, but that's hard to say. But yeah. The Colts and the Colts moved to, I need to look, 6-5. The Bills fall to 6-4 and second in the AFC. It's also reminded that Carson Wentz barely threw for over 100 yards. Jonathan Taylor decided to take matters in his own hands. The biggest snooze fest of the week: Browns-Lions. Lions have a backup quarterback. The Browns, oh my, that offense looks so bad. It is the Lions' defense we're talking about here. And that Browns offense just looked so bad, and I don't know what to say. I can't keep thinking this team is a playoff team, and yet they showed that much offensive incompetence. Yes, their defense has looked really good, but that offense, they faced the Lions' backup quarterback, and they struggled. It's not that surprising. The offense needs to turn things around. They're playing Baltimore this week. It's going to be the real test for them. Up next, we have Washington and Carolina. Taylor Heineke and both Cam Newton had really good games, and yeah, Taylor Heineke especially played really well. Washington trying to crawl their way back in the wild card spot. They're 4-6. Panthers 5-6. With the NFC, who knows who's going to take the wild card spot? It's really hard to say. Here, after at the end of the video, I'll show you guys the playoff picture. But yeah, it's really a mess right now. Honestly. It's any team that has 4 or more wins, they can make the playoffs very easily. Now for the biggest upset of the week, the Texans going into Nashville and beating the Titans badly. Ryan Tannehill played so bad. No Derrick Henry, and they probably missed him. Not gonna lie. And yeah, the Texans really just outplayed them in the Titans statistically outplayed the Texans, but the Texans had turnovers. You're just not going to win a game when you have 4 turnovers and your defense can't force any. So, yeah. Texans win. They still can't make the playoffs, but Houston fans, How are you feeling? Actually, I should be asking Titans fan. Houston fans are probably upset about this game because they get a worse draft pick. Titans fans, you doing all right? Hopefully. 49ers Jaguars. I don't think many people were surprised. These are just two teams. The Jaguars haven't been good this year. The Niners are just one of those other NFC teams trying to find their wild card spot. They haven't done anything special this year. They just won games they should have won and lost games. I mean, besides the Rams game, that was good. All right. And my Dolphins got their third straight win. Stop sleeping on us. You can keep sleeping on us. We're really bad. Our third straight win though. I am not complaining. 24-17. Elijah Moore played really well. I'll give him that. New York. If you look at something positive out of this game, Elijah Moore looked really solid. So did Tua though. He had his longest ever throw, which was like 55 yards down the field to Matt Collins. That got me excited. But yeah. The biggest frauds in the league, the New Orleans Saints. It's only inevitable that Trevor Siemian is going to get exposed, but this was bad. This was really bad, New Orleans. It wasn't even Trevor Siemian's, really. It was your defense. You have 40 points. Jalen Hurts just ran all over that defense. It was bad. It really was. Yeah, the Saints, they have to turn things around. That's their third straight loss. They have to turn things around if they want to find their wild card spot. Both of those teams are still looking for wild card spots. By the end of the season, that could really hurt the Saints. Up next, we have the Bengals and the Raiders. Raiders have just taken that collapse that I saw happening, and the Bengals. They've kind of collapsed this season. They haven't gone full collapse. They're still a solid team. They're still looking for that wild card spot. They do beat the Raiders 32-13 in a absolute blowout. All right. So now what I thought was going to be the game of the year ended up being, oh my. Both defenses, I have to give them credit. Both defenses played well against some of the best offenses in the league. But both offenses, which I expected to drop 30 each, Dak Prescott and fantasy, didn't. Yeah. It kind of hurt. I really thought this game was gonna be really good and really fun to watch, but it just really wasn't. It just felt like both teams kept shooting themselves in the foot, making mistake after mistake, and yeah. Up next is the Cardinals and the Seahawks. The Seahawks are currently in panic mode right now. Really much in panic. I forgot to mention the Chiefs are back. If anyone says otherwise, they're first in the AFC West. Let's just remember that. And they've continued to be good teams, so I don't see what else they need to do. They're a top 7 team right now. Cardinals Seahawks. Yeah. When is Kyler Murray and D-Hop gonna be back? This team has been really uninteresting without them. They still continue to win games though. And the Seahawks, it's time to go in panic mode. You're 3-7 right now. You have looked really bad. And before you say, oh, we've only played good teams, but Russ is back. I thought that was going to turn your season around. So far, you play Washington, you play the Niners, you play Houston, you play the Rams, you play the Bears, you have a kind of rough ending. And I say that it's only your divisional rivals are the only team you really have to worry about. If you lose to any of these other teams, it's really tough. But yeah, I just don't see this team making the playoffs. I think they need to trade Russell Wilson and just rebuild from the start. They have no first round picks, and it's just time to go in rebuild mode. So you guys aren't the next 0-7. You guys aren't the first 0-17 in history. 0-17 team in history. All right, up next we have the Chargers and the Steelers. Fantastic game on Sunday Night Football. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw the ending. Really good game. Justin Herbert went off. Justin Herbert is one of the best QBs in the league. And yeah, Steelers offense surprised me. Okay, Big Ben actually looks solid. But yeah, the Steelers offense, I'll give them. They surprised me, but the Steelers have not. I expected this to happen. They've been facing competent teams. They are losing. They also tied to the Lions. Finally, to end the week off, we have the Buccaneers and we have the Giants. This game was not close. I don't know why my Bucs friend was panicking. Bucs fan friend was panicking. It just wasn't close. Daniel Jones' only touchdown pass was literally to a offensive lineman who has more touchdowns than Kadarius Toney and Kenny Galladay. So yeah, that's gonna be the end. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.